Let's talk about a blockbuster trade idea thrown out there by Bleacher Report where the Miami Heat go all in, trade in their best asset, which is Kel'el Ware, to get Trey Murphy from the New Orleans Pelicans. I am Nick Roloff. This is the Heat Report by Chat Sports. We'll dive into the trade idea and tell you if I like it or do not. But I want to make sure you're subscribed. Why? We officially are back, folks. This Monday is Miami Heat Media Day. So make sure you are subscribed because we will have a full recap of Media Day on Monday. We will have breakdowns every single day of Miami Heat training camp going from Tuesday, September 30th to Friday, October 3rd. Daily Heat content here at the channel. Weekly live shows returning when the season gets back on October 22nd. And we are trying to get to 25K subscribers before opening day on October 22nd. So subscribe. We're about 417 away, but let's get to 24,600 right now. All right, the trade idea from Bleacher Report, it's a doozy. It's a 3-for-2, which Miami really can't do anymore after signing Precious Achiuwa, but that is a non-guaranteed deal, so they could just actually release him and it would be all fine, or they could waive a Herro's ear. They could do many different things to make this work in terms of roster construction. But the Heat get Trey Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, and Yves Missi for Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, and one first-round pick coming in 2029. It is top 3 protected. And initial thoughts right after the bat here, I would sprint. I would find Adam Silver. I would hire a personal investigator, a private investigator, to find out where he's staying so this can be rang into the league office right away. This would be an elite move by the Miami Heat. And I'm going to explain why. It all has to do with the evolution of Trey Murphy. The Heat have been searching for that third guy, that star, another all-star that can really take Miami from a play-in team to a contending team in the Eastern Conference. Well, I believe Trey Murphy could be that guy. He's only been in the league for 4 years, but this is a guy that has improved year in and year out after being drafted in the first round from Virginia. And this past season was his best year to date, averaging 21 points per game. Still playing efficient offensive basketball, and that leap from 14 points per game to 21 points per game is a rather large jump up. This is an ascending basketball player that is, simply put, one of the most underrated, underappreciated, and top-tier offensive players in the entire NBA, and it's because he was playing on a Pelicans team that didn't really compete last season. They really struggled, obviously, had a top 10 pick. This guy is a player that has elite measurables, too. Like, the size that he possesses with his skill set is really second to none. Like, I am not comparing him to Kevin Durant, but when you watch the way he's able to dribble, move on the court, at his size, it's like almost an anomaly type of guy. He's 6'7.5" barefoot. He's about 6'9" with shoes, a 7-foot wingspan, and he can do anything on the court offensively, handling the rock, running the pick and roll, playing off ball. He can absolutely hammer it down. He was in the dunk contest a couple years ago. You look at his shot chart from a year ago, it's just elite stuff. He's a modern-day NBA player where you're either getting inside that painted area at the rim or you're knocking down the tray ball. Like most elite offensive players, he is elite from the corners. You see it there from the left corner. He is way above league average, but he is above league average or at least league average from almost every spot beyond the arc. And he's about an average player in terms of finishing around the rim. But the point I am trying to make here is that this is a guy who is still relatively young, mid-20s, doesn't have a massive contract just yet. And with his development, his ascension we have seen over the last 4 years of his career, it would not shock me if we're looking at the NBA 3 years from now and saying that Trey Murphy is a top 20 player in the NBA. Like, I think Jaylen Brown from the Celtics is a perfect example. And I'm also going to say that Trey Murphy is a very solid defender. I would consider him an above-average defender in the NBA as an individual. Obviously wasn't on a good defensive team last year, but I don't blame him for the New Orleans Pelicans struggles. Like, if you were to tell me 3 years from now, Trey Murphy's looked at in the same vein as Jaylen Brown, I would probably tell you that is my expectation. I wouldn't be shocked. It's my expectation. That is where I think Trey Murphy is heading. So for Miami to be able to acquire a player like this before he really gets to that level would be a big win, in my opinion. And before we talk more about this trade, let me get a quick check-in on your thoughts. Would you do this deal? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Get down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Today's pinned comment. I gotta be honest, I told you earlier I love it. I'll explain more in a second, but I would consider trading Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, and that first-round pick for Trey Murphy straight up. I really gotta be honest. That's how much I believe in the future of Trey Murphy. But getting Yves Missi and Jordan Hawkins in this deal as well makes it an absolute no-brainer for me. And Missi, I don't know why he would be thrown back in this deal, but I know a lot of people think I hate Kel'el Ware. It's not the case. I love Kel'el Ware. I just think Heat fans overrate Kel'el Ware to a degree that's a little bit egregious. Does Ware have a ton of upside more than Missi? Absolutely. But the two last season weren't very different. They just weren't. Like, Missi was a better rebounder. They averaged about the same points. Yeah, Missi got more opportunities, but, like, they're similar players. The only thing Ware does better is the fact that he can space the floor and shoot a three. Missi can't do that. He is a rim protector through and through, a Clint Capella type, a guy that's not leaving the paint, but can rebound with the best of them and can really deter you defensively with his ability to block shots. And the point I am trying to make here by comparing the two, and then now you see their advanced metrics on Crafted NBA, but I purposefully did not tell you which player is which. It is me just showcasing that they had such a similar rookie season analytically as well as just normal stats that you can't definitively say which player is better. By the way, Yves Missi's on the right, Kel'el Ware's on the left. The point I am making, I believe Ware has a way bigger upside than Missi. There's no defending that. There's no debating that, right? Like, Ware's ability to shoot the three, his better athleticism, his better length. He's taller. He's got a longer wingspan. He's got way better upside. That's why the Heat are packaging Ware to get a guy like Trey Murphy. But you can't tell me right now that it would be guaranteed that Ware has the better career. Like, seriously, if you told me Missi ends up being a 10-year plus pro, he makes a couple all-NBA defensive teams because of his rim protection, I would believe you. But the offensive and defensive upside from Ware makes him a more intriguing prospect. But right now, you can't say that Ware is going to have a better career than Missi definitively. Which is why if you could get him back in a deal like this, it just makes even more sense for the Miami Heat. More coming up here, but grab this Heat blanket right now. Winter is approaching, $29 off. Originally $50, you can get it for $21 when you go to chatsports.com/Heat blanket. Link is in the description and comments of today's video. Take advantage and grab yours right now. Well, there's also another player Miami gets back in return in this deal, and it's Jordan Hawkins. I'm big on him as well. And when he came out of the NBA draft in 2023, I had him 16th on my big board. He ultimately went higher than my big board. He went 14th overall, last pick in the lottery by the Pelicans. But the sharpshooter from UConn had a terrific season, helped lead that Husky team to a national title. It was the first of their two when they went back-to-back. Hawkins is a phenomenal basketball player, man. And I think he would fit in Miami really, really well. And through 2 years of his career, he played in 67 games as a rookie, about 53 as a sophomore, 56, excuse me. But what he's known for is his ability to shoot the three. I mean, he shot 36% as a rookie, little downtick in year two, 33%. And that's really all he's known for. Like, he's not going to provide you with a full arsenal of offensive game. He is a three-point shooter through and through. But the point I'm making here is I think he would flourish off the bench for the Miami Heat, specifically in that Duncan Robinson role. He can handle the rock a little bit. Is he an elite playmaker? No. But he can get downhill. He is a very, very good athlete. He will poster you if you are not careful and if you do not meet him at the rim with the right force that is required. He will bring the hammer down. And he's got a smooth stroke. Shooting form is great. He's got a long wingspan, about 6'7" and a half or a 6'5" frame. Like, I really like Jordan Hawkins. So as you re-look at this trade, you get a budding, growing star in Trey Murphy, who I believe is going to be an all-star this year for the first time in his career. A third-year shooter in Jordan Hawkins. A second-year center who, at bare minimum, is a slight decrease than Kel'el Ware, but not egregious. And all you do is get rid of an expiring player in Wiggins that you're trying to kind of move off over the next year anyway. And all you do is package Ware in a first to get that deal? Yeah. That is a big-time win for Miami. Trey Murphy is a major improvement over Andrew Wiggins. 5-6 years younger, better offensively in almost every stretch of the imagination, handling, three-point, finishing inside the arc. And way younger and better defensively. Well, defensively maybe could be a conversation, but very close. But certainly a better player in Trey Murphy. You move down minimally at center, but you get Jordan Hawkins to add to your bench? Yeah, like, that's a no-brainer for me. Sign me up for that. It really would. And am I saying this is going to happen? No. And maybe it would cost more to get Trey Murphy. It probably would. I think if you offer this exact deal to New Orleans Pelicans, they probably laugh. Maybe it gets changed over the next 6 months, and Trey Murphy requests a change because the Pelicans are a dumpster fire and Zion gets hurt again. Maybe that's the case. But if this was on the table for the Miami Heat right now, which it's not, but if it was, I would be stunned. I would be upset if the Heat weren't trying to get this done. All right, this will do it for today's show. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you are subscribed. As I mentioned, big week ahead of us here at the channel. Media Day on Monday, training camp Tuesday to Friday, and then the preseason gets underway next weekend as well. So subscribe and join us because Heat basketball is back.